Mary Maybon, y'all. As we approach the third trimester of the Yin Water Rabbit, which begins October 14th, I'm taking this time to check in. How y'all doing out there? I'll start by showcasing the energy of the rabbit to help you get a feel for where I'm going here. Due to what I'm witnessing, I want to bring some of their shadows to light. One aspect is related to Munchausen syndrome or Munchausen by proxy, dependent on how it is delivered. This is a disease that causes the affected/abuser to induce disease or create symptoms as a means to gain sympathy or attention. It loves to be needed, and emotional manipulation is their power. Be it story or gift, they are able to add things to remind you of them, to tie you to them. Now, manipulation gets a bad rap sometimes because of how some humans utilize it. It's not all bad, it's just drawn that way. Nah. Okay, manipulation is a gorgeous tool when used properly, but one must be careful when impressing others with it. Moving forward, the other thing I want to touch on is the big ears of the rabbit. They hear everything, and they love gossip. In a way, it wants your cannon fodder. It's like, baby boy, baby girl, tell me everything. And yes, it's very important to be authentic right now. However, being so does offer the rabbit the opportunity to lord this over us. Same as when we're communicating to other people in the world. So, whether it's a universal energy or the people we're interacting with, we need to be aware of the power of our words. We need to be cautious about what we say. Now, that doesn't mean we need to be inauthentic. Just be aware of what you share and your impression on the external world. Okay, so we find the rabbit at the end of a 12-year cycle, and it's here to help all them prayers you've been making, along with your dreams and your desires, become reality, so we can move into the fresh, new cycle with the dragon. As a heads up, 2024 is ruled by the Yang Wood Dragon, another unbalanced year with a completely different attitude. It's not to say it will be a bad year due to this imbalance, just that it is a yang-yang, very active energy, whereas this current year, Yin Water Rabbit, is yin-yin, very receptive. The dragon in general does not like to waste time. It doesn't want to hear you whining, wallowing in grief, or bitching about the past. But the water rabbit lives for this and thrives in you needing its consolation. So if you have issues with complacency or motivation, this is the year to work through those areas. You may already be feeling some irritation now that the North Node or Rahu is in Aries, as this energy can help or hinder humans based on their motivations. If you've been cleaning home and body, letting go of and releasing things that your intuition needs you to, this next few months and beyond could be quite helpful, even fortuitous for you. However, if you are struggling right now and you hear this soft voice asking you to let go or move forward, but you have your heels in the dirt, unwavering and unwilling to let go, this mentality could prove very challenging for you, making it even more difficult to move forward. With that being said, we sometimes need that bit of fire under our belly to get us moving in the rabbit year because we want results. Yet we may be whining about how unfair it is that this or that occurred, or about the sacrifice it's going to take, because how do we know it's actually going to work out? But right there is where we've lost faith. Once you step away from that fear of not knowing, that's when this year's medicine can actually get to you, allowing you to create the life that you desire. If things are getting louder right now, as I'm sure they are if you haven't been doing the work, you're probably feeling very irritable, possibly even batshit crazy, because you don't understand why things aren't working for you. but it's very possible that you aren't working with it. For the things you desire, the things you've been praying for, the rabbit is here to help manifest into reality. But it can be difficult for humans to understand how letting go of one thing is going to bring them more. I have very little stones to throw. As I've mentioned in the past, letting go of clothing and memorabilia is not my strong suit. It's gotten easier throughout my practice this year. But what I've had difficulty understanding is that even if it still fits me, it reminds me of something, or someone I used to know gave it to me, and it's all I have to remember them by, or it has some sort of value to me, to the rabbit, it sees it as clutter. Your friends and your future see it as clutter. They don't see or feel what you feel. It's simply hindering you from moving forward. At this point, you've become the miser. You're squandering what you have because of fear of what's to come, or that you won't have more in the future. And if you're operating from this poverty consciousness, then the future will not bless you with what you know in your heart you deserve. The rabbit can only do so much. It is your free will that must offer it up and sacrifice what needs to be let go of. If you trust the process and know in your heart that your dreams and desires will be answered because your faith is strong, then they will. But you have to have faith. You must be willing to do what you haven't done in order to receive what you have yet to receive. Now, as you make your gentle strides forward, be gentle with yourself. You don't have to do it all at once. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. Your heart will speak softly, intuitively. It will tell you what needs to be done, but it's the mind that is loud. It is very strong, and it is going to bring up the past, lessons you've learned, neuroses that exist within you, and even effects of other people's mistakes that you yourself have no merit of holding on to. What if this? What if that? Oh, I shouldn't do this because this could happen. There you go. Your faith is gone. The water rabbit needs faithful people to move into this new world. It's gently shaping, or not so gently, and coaching us because the wood dragon demands it. The wood dragon is very intelligent. It has bursts of genius and a desire to create a better world. It coincides with the North Node in Aries, but it can also be aloof to emotions and highly prone to madness. Self-assured, arrogant in its pursuits, like the Jack of Spades or Diamonds, it is a revolutionary. We have to be careful with this, as not everyone's idea of a better world is the same. And not everyone's heart is in tune with what our planet needs as a whole. There is a darkness, a bitter mind, and a self-absorbed entity lurking in the shadows, and it can be brought to light and transmuted at the very least, but it starts with cleansing our home, our bodies, and our hearts. Now is the time to let go. Now is the time to sacrifice. Now is the time to realize what you have to offer this new world on the horizon. Not just for your benefit or your family and friends, but for all. Harvest and make accessible your dreams and aspirations. Share them with those you trust, your tribe, your loved ones. There's a fine line to observe here because currently we are meant to nourish our loved ones, which includes ourselves, so we want to be giving our full attention to our family. But it's also possible that they are going through their own proverbial death of some sort, and they may not need the same things that you desire. We all deserve our space and time to retreat this year so we can focus on our needs. If you are able to get to that source in your heart and figure out what it is that's going to bring a better tomorrow, I guarantee you it will bring success. Because, as difficult as it may be to be the fool and make that first leap, becoming the magician willing to humble themselves and learn what it takes to create something substantial, this willingness will benefit the whole. And you will see that it was all for the greater good. It may hurt. You may have to let go of a lot of things, be it material or people, friendships or things that are outdated, clinging you to the past. But we gotta make room somewhere. In order for life and creation to occur, death, sacrifice, and change are due. Once you allow that process, once you trust it and have faith, it becomes your belief and tomorrow will be better. It will. It's how the world works. And I'm not saying that all of a sudden life will be fucking amazing the next day, but I guarantee you that it is moving you to the space you desire, where your heart will truly thrive. And you will be tested. Oh yeah. And there may be a full-on war inside your mind or in our physical world. But you can make a difference by choosing to do better, to be a warrior for love. Detachment is a must in these crucial moments of the third trimester before our new lives are born. Forcing, obligating, demanding that our newborns look a certain way, are a specific gender, or carry certain characteristics is not healthy at this time. That which you believe has been prayed for and dreamt of. It's already gestating, and it's in the works for your greater good. Let it be. Let go of your past and embrace your future. Love it, as it is all your heart knows how to do. Now, as a guide for these coming months, the rabbit shines on crafts and gifts. For the holidays, you don't have to gift extravagant, expensive gifts this year. It doesn't have to be a huge declaration to show you care or love them. At least, not monetarily. Money could be tight. This is not a hard work year. It's a hard love year. So think about each of your loved ones and what they could possibly need that is in your skill set to create. It can be as simple as a letter or token of appreciation, a nourishing meal, even dancing into someone's life with the gift of your presence will gain an applause from our dear water rabbit. If your heart is in the right place, solutions will emerge. If you have a bunch of stuff you're uncertain what to do with, put it all in a pile. Call your friends over and get crafty. At least you and your hands won't be idle while your fears are getting the best of you. And at least you can say you tried your best. And heck, if you're really that uncertain about something, donate it. It's causing you more headache than it's worth. The things you're beating your head against, stop. It's time to let it go. Slow down. Focus on your impression. Cleanse your heart and make room for those new, sexy, delicious treats you know you deserve. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, digest, but in closing, please, come together with your like-minded and like-hearted people. Don't try to change others. Take a look in the mirror and change yourself. With love and aloha, your hairstylist, your friend, Ben.